Marcy. So it's about that time. A lot of you have been asking, Marcy, what is your fitness journey? You know, how did you get to how you are today? And I tell people all the time, I have always been athletic, but I have not always been this fit. So let me kind of give you the lowdown on how I got to how I am today, and hopefully it'll answer all your questions. If you have additional questions, leave them in the comment box, shoot me an email, leave it on my website, and I'll be surely to get back to you. Okay? So I'll take you way back to when Marcy was close to being born. So again, really young age, the typical age where all parents put their kids in tumbling and gymnastics and tap and ballet. I was one of those kids. So I definitely did that. I had a lot of fun. My favorite out of all of them was gymnastics. I loved to tumble. I could do splits and I think they're called back walkovers, where you do the back bend and you kick your feet over. I never learned how to do a backflip. I hated that. I always wanted to learn. But I was too anxious to get into soccer. Okay, but before soccer, I did Taekwondo, and I got up to, I think, green belt, red stripe, if I'm recalling correctly. So that was a lot of fun. I broke the wood, the typical Taekwondo stuff everyone does. I have my little gold medals. I still have them today. I won some championships in my day. So that was my Taekwondo days. That was elementary school. And also in elementary school was when I started playing soccer. So soccer was pretty much the sport. A lot of people say, wow, you look like a track runner. You look like a volleyball player. I actually have a soccer body. That's what I grew up doing. Soccer and running. Okay, so I played soccer elementary, middle, and high school. And also in elementary school, I believe 5th or 6th grade, it may have been middle school. Because I did cross country in middle school. We could actually run with the high school team. And so in 7th and 8th grade, I ran on varsity, the cross country team. It was a lot of fun. And in high school, I also ran cross country. So that was my cardio days. And playing soccer, what do you need in soccer? Not only do you need to be fast, but you need great cardio. So that's also what I got involved in. So taking you on along, I ran my first 10K, I believe, in 7th grade with my dad. So that was huge. I had a lot of fun. He has a military background, and we always would run in the street and do the typical little jollies that you would hear Marines do. I had a blast. I had great cardio when I was young. So my dad got me out running early, which is super cool. I also did track. I did track in middle school. I also did sprint. So I was a big runner, as you can see. And then I went to high school. So let's jump to high school, and I played soccer, again, varsity soccer for 3 years, and let me tell you why. So the first year, freshman year, I knocked it out, I did great. Second year I came back, guess what? I tore my knee. Tore my right knee. I tore my ACL, MCL, meniscus, which was not fun. If you want to know, I went to kick the ball, my foot came down on the ground, went right, left, right, and I fell, and everybody was laughing because they thought it was funny. And yeah, I tore my knee. It was bad. Surgery was bad. They gave me a shot in my hip, and it did not go all the way down to numb my whole leg during surgery. It definitely stopped above my knee. I woke up out of surgery. I was screaming because it hurt so bad. They drugged me up, and then I was fine. So not to scare you, but yes, I did not have a good knee surgery the first year. Okay, so that was that. Okay, so I ran cross country also in high school. I ran second for my school. I think I did pretty good. And just so you know, I used to be a good athlete. I was varsity soccer all years that I played. And then I tore my knee again. So I tore my knee again my junior year in high school. So I pretty much tore what I'd already torn. So I tore my ACL, he tacked that in pretty good. The MCL, he tacked that in pretty good, but the meniscus, which is pretty much cartilage, I tore that again. So I had to go in and have surgery again, but I was able to play my junior year later on because I played club ball and I played high school ball. So again, tore my knee again, really bad. So my senior year in high school, I was unable to play, and what I did was started lifting weights. Okay, so that was one of the classes you can take in high school. You can take weight training. And that's kind of when I first started lifting weights. You know, you listen to the teacher, you do 3 sets of 10, and you go to each machine and stuff like that. So it was a lot of other athletes in that class, as well as football players. And I'm proud to say that back then, so that was 12th grade. How old are you in 12th grade? However old you are, I was able to bench press 135. That's all we did, me and this other girl in the class. We just kept bench pressing because back then, squatting, I don't know, we didn't do it too much. So that was my big achievement in high school. I was able to bench press 135. And those of you that know how heavy 135 is, it's a pretty good accomplishment, okay? All right, so then, my senior year, the reason I did not play soccer was because I kind of tweaked my hip in some way. I was out running with my dad, and I believe it was like Christmas Eve, really, really cold, and I don't know what it was, but by the time we finished our run, I literally could not run anymore. Something happened to my hip. So I limped around, and I went to 6 doctors. I went to 6 doctors all over the state that I am, and no one knew what was wrong. So then I had to go to Tennessee to go to the hip specialist, Dr. Bird. He was the hip specialist. He did surgery on my hip, and I had dead and bruised tissue in my hip joints. They went in and they scraped it all out. I should show you a clip because I have it on video, but I won't gross you out. So that was hip surgery, and so to compare the two, knee surgery versus hip surgery, knee surgery was worse altogether. I know hip surgery sounds drastic. I didn't have hip replacement. I had hip surgery, and right now it is the most fragile. I have to be so careful with my hip, and the exercises that I give you guys, I play it off pretty good. But the knee, I have to be very careful as well, because when I went to college, that was when I tore my knee the 3rd time, and I said, okay, I think I'm done playing soccer. So I was, doing the initial training my freshman year in college, and I was doing some agility drills and went too far right, and guess what I did? I tore my knee again, and I ripped the remaining part of my meniscus out of my leg, and so therefore I do not have cartilage in my right knee. So again, what that means is I'm pretty much bone on bone. So if I do anything silly, I will make my bones go like this and back together, and that really hurts, and I've done it several times. So that is why Marcy does not play sports anymore. If I could, I think I would be playing in the World Cup or something, because that's how much I like soccer. But yeah, all I can do now is work out. So I'm in college, freshman year, typical freshman. I didn't work out. It was just kind of like whatever. My knee, I just had knee surgery. I'm healing from that. So of course I did the physical therapy required for that. And then I went to my sophomore year. That was when I had gained my 10 pounds. I was eating whatever I wanted, and I said, I have got to make a change, okay? And so by that time, I was working out, and I really got into working out pretty heavy. That's when I started my high-intensity interval training workouts, and it was history after that. So 10th grade or my sophomore year in college is when I really started getting fit like I am now. And believe it or not, my sophomore year in college, I was actually fitter than I am now. I was cut, and I had so much more weight on me, and I was never thick or big or anything crazy, but I was much more muscular because my diet wasn't quite on track. So in college, it's hard. I already did a video on things that you can eat while you're in school so that you won't gain weight, and I pretty much ate the typical college food. And as I got to my senior year, I had streamlined my college eating so that I would not gain a lot of weight. But running in college saved my life because college was stressful, and I had to get out of the dorm room, and I just took off for runs. So I went for runs, and then I also worked out. I did, again, a lot of weights and high-intensity interval training workouts. So sophomore year, junior year, senior year was, again, when I figured it out. I figured out how to get a great looking body, and I changed my diet. I went from eating a lot of pastas and carbs and breads and hamburgers and fries to eating chicken salad with some crackers and a salad, something like that, to kind of streamline breakfast. Like I told you, I love sausage, egg, and grits. I mean, if they have it in the cafeteria every day, you might as well eat it, right? I mean, so meal plan, eat as much as you want. So as the year ended for me being in college, I streamlined that, and I just started eating cereal more often than eating sausage, because that's really bad for you, even though it tastes really good. Okay, so that's pretty much college for me. I stayed active from my sophomore year to my senior year, running all the time. I think I worked out probably 4 days a week. You have to study. So I'd take off after class, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, go run, go work out, go to dinner, and it was a wrap. And I didn't stretch a lot back then. I learned the importance of stretching when I graduated college. Okay, so since I graduated college, I have now been working out how I want to work out, which is 5 to 6 days a week, and I also do yoga. And I started yoga probably about 2 years ago. Started yoga about 2 years ago, taking a class, and again, I'm not an expert, but I do enjoy it because stretching feels amazing. And that's pretty much where I'm at now. I have been working out, and then I grew to, I guess, have a passion for it. It came easy to me. I'd be working out at the gym, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I just came up with an exercise, or wow, if I do this, then it'll make me do this. and I just fell in love with fitness instantly. As soon as I started seeing results in my body was when also I enjoyed it. So something that I learned, I already shared this with you in my About Me section on my website. What started the real fitness journey / nutrition journey was when I did my detox. So I did a detox and I did the cabbage soup diet. I stripped down 7 pounds, of course most of it was water weight, but within that 1 year period, and 1 year is a long time, I held off 5 pounds. So that was 5 pounds of excess fat and junk on my body that I didn't need, which just gives me the body I have now, which is more slim, more trim, and it's not so big and masculine. And again, I wasn't like this big diesel girl, but I was definitely a little bit more thicker, okay? And again, I streamlined that simply by my diet. And then by streamlining my diet, I started seeing my muscles pop out and I looked a whole lot better. Again, during that time period was when I also learned pull-ups. So I practiced so that I could do pull-ups, which is the secret to a strong, nice back. Those of you that saw some of my wedding pictures, you probably saw my back. I definitely credit that to doing pull-ups, okay? And then, again, I've been doing HangTight since 2012, January 1. And it kind of got to the point where people were like, Marcy, what are you doing to stay in shape? Marcy, you know, what do you eat here? What do you eat there? And I said, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to do a blog. I'm going to share with the world what I do to help others. And that's where I'm at now. I mean, I've been doing videos. I started at a much faster rate than I'm doing videos now. I originally doing videos, I was doing 3 a week to keep you guys fully engaged. That's why I have so many videos out there. And then I went to the process of grad school and getting married, and that's where I am now. So I'm married, and I had to slow down a little bit so that I can spend time with family and friends, and also bring you HangTight with Marcy. I will not stop as long as I can. And so yeah, so I tell people all the time, there's no excuse for you to not work out. Another reason that I work out is because my knee now is busted up for life. My hip is busted up for life. I can't go back and erase surgery. I always have problems. Again, I make them look like I don't in my videos, but I am very careful. And if I did not work out, you guys, I think I would honestly be walking with a cane right now. Because if I sit like this when I get up, I'm going to be like limping because my body is not used to folding in certain ways anymore. I can't do a lot of things with flexibility, especially in yoga. There's tons of poses. The instructor always has to give me variations because I simply cannot bend my knees certain ways. I can't put my hips certain ways. So I'm very, very cautious with my body. So if you're overweight, if you're struggling with your fitness journey, do not give up. If I can have surgery on 3 on my knee, on my hip, I didn't mention the surgery I had on my foot, but that was in elementary school. I had surgery on my foot. That means playing soccer. I had to be careful because if someone stepped on my foot, they could break my bone. And then I'm currently having the foot issue. I might have to have surgery. I'm not going to claim it yet, but it's a possibility. That's something else that I've been struggling with. So let me just give you the background on that real quick before I conclude. So in 2012, May, I went on a cruise and I had just filmed the plyometric workout series and I was doing a lot of agility, and I tweaked something in my foot. So prior to that, like I told you guys, 2010, I was running in the Vibram 5-finger shoes, the little finger shoes that go on each toe, and I like broke my feet. It was the worst part, I think, in my fitness journey that I've ever had. It was the worst. I was running down the Vegas Strip. I broke my feet pretty much. I had serious stress fractures, and I was in a wheelchair for 3 days. I could not walk both feet. I was done. I went to the doctor. He didn't really do too much. I wore compression socks, I iced, and I did not work out for a year. So that was 2010 to 11, just to catch you up. Okay, and then 2011, I started feeling a little bit better, and I was doing again the plyometric series, and I tweaked something in my foot that brought back, it triggered my left foot. So I've been struggling with that, guys, now for a year. It's May now, so 2012. Since 2012, it's been a challenge, and I don't know what's wrong. She thinks it might be a ligament tear in my foot, and that is surgery that might come up later in the year. I hope I don't have to have it. Again, I'm not going to claim it, but it's a possibility. Before I hurt my foot, I wanted to run a marathon. Again, I'm a runner by heart. That's what I do. My knee allows me to run, no problems there. My hip allows me to run. When I'm done, my hip is definitely sore. My knee is usually okay. And so that's my bummer. I couldn't do the whole marathon thing. And then if I was doing a marathon training for that, I couldn't possibly film as many videos as I do. So kind of a win-win. I'm sharing my fitness journey with others and getting you guys in shape. And I'm not running so much. But yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm healthy, I feel good. Working out is definitely the highlight of my day. Working out, sleeping, eating, and spending time with family, friends, husband. That's what I do. So I hope this video kind of helped you. I want you guys to stay motivated. I don't know what's in my brain that makes me say I need to work out every day, every single day, no matter on my off day or what. I'm doing something physical. I'm doing push-ups. I'm jumping around the house. I'm doing something to keep my body moving at all times, and it works. It feels good, you guys. I hope you guys keep it up. Eating is extremely important. If I did not eat healthy, I would not have the body I have now. I spiked up a little bit since the wedding, so I'm still getting back in shape. I already shared with you guys I gained 6 pounds on my honeymoon, so I'm trying to streamline that. But other than that, that's pretty much Marcy in a nutshell, my fitness journey. Yeah, life is good. My body is kind of broken. I tell everybody that I'm 40, even though I'm in my 20s. That's just kind of how it is. So keep active, keep moving, never give up, and you guys will do great. I'll see you guys later. Bye.